The common challenges. What are the most common challenges that CFOs face when they're managing a cross-border transaction and with these dual reporting requirements? And how do you mitigate those?
To some extent, I already touched on that a little bit in terms of the US CFO when they're doing a cross border transaction, really needs to make sure that they keep the integrity of the local GAAP books intact. And so there's a aspect and a challenge that comes along with making sure that they understand that. And who's going to be responsible for doing the GAAP conversions? Is it going to be their local finance team that then we need to upskill to US GAAP? Or is it going to be their US team who we then need to upskill on what are those specific differences? So they're the ones that are booking to the ledger. And then similarly from the US to Europe, it's more just a general skill gap and US gap expertise and bringing in somebody that can walk the team through specific to their company, kind of how the transactions differ. But the interesting challenge that I'm seeing as well in a lot of companies that I'm helping, especially in the scale up space, is that converting to US GAAP for an investor, for example, this is typically their first time where they're dealing with multi gaps because they're not necessarily a huge conglomerate that has subsidiaries across a lot of countries that are doing their own local gap and then they're consolidating in.